Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 show. We're going to be talking about the one and only Shredder. I'm going to be upping my content by making more of these like videos based on shows that I've watched and much more. So we are going to be talking about Shredder. Now we all know if you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the entire show, you know who Shredder is. He is the most strongest villain in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 universe. But he's actually not the most powerfulest in the universe, like in general of the show. He's not the most powerfulest. So we're gonna be going over his mutagen form, Super Shredder, and Shredder himself. So we're gonna get into this video, and I'm gonna be telling you, these are the most strongest people in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that could actually defeat Shredder. Let's talk about it. So, we first get introduced to basically Shredder in the first episode of Season 1. This guy was mainly the biggest villain of the entire show, Season 1 through 4. Now, there is another season, Season 5. Basically, this is just like a kind of all over the place season, which it actually was a pretty fun season. I haven't watched a lot of it yet. Again, it's been a while since I've actually binge watched the entire show, but let's just continue. This is Splinter. Basically, Splinter has a bad history between his brother. Basically, his brother is the one and only, aka Shredder. Now, these two have a battle at the end of Season 3. Leo gets injured, and so does Shredder. So, Shredder ends up giving himself mutagen. This is how we can come up with who's stronger now. Because now we have the strongest part of Shredder ever, which was kind of wasted as he was only in one episode. Like in one full episode of him kicking butt. In the last season of one of the last episodes of Season 4, he was in. The episode before the last episode. So, like, Season 4 had a couple, like, I think 24 or something like that. So, this was, like, one of the last episodes. Not the last one, but the one before the last one. And this basically gave himself too much mutagen, turning him into, well, a mutant. And then we have who could beat him, actually. And we got introduced to this type of April. This April is Possessed April, is what I call her. I don't really know how to pronounce the name, let alone know the name of what this April you should call her. Now, you can see she has, like, on this little necklace, as you'll see in a couple other images. And basically, this is something that had a possessed demon inside of her. This demon was, back in the day, even Shredder and Splinter knew what this was. And basically, this is the most badass April ever, because she ends up being able to float in the air and basically have telekinesis. She ended up evaporating, basically just evaporating Donatello into thin air. The only way she could have brought him back, which she ended up doing, was if she killed the demon, which would have the necklace. The necklace stone is the thing that controls her mind. It was taking over her entire soul and body and her controls. She couldn't control it. So then she saw 3 enemies. So basically, I don't understand how this was, because she went after the turtles, but went after the enemies too. So I don't know if she's bad or good, so I can't really determine that. But she ended up basically throwing a car at Razor, and he got pushed into a wall, smashed him, basically a car smashed into him in the wall, and he basically just stand there. He didn't die, but that's how he was. Then she ends up ripping out a part of Fish Face, which made him not be able to walk that much. Like, it kind of made him, like, paralyzed for temporarily. So there goes Fish Face, not even a second into the battle between these guys. He ends up falling to the ground. He ends up being basically total paralyzed for a couple seconds. So it wasn't like he could survive. So yeah, I don't understand how he did, because he's really not that strong. And Tiger Claw, one of the most important parts of today's video, and let alone enemies of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012, was Tiger Claw. Now, Tiger Claw, I don't even think he was dead in Season 4. I think he even helped him at the end of Season 4 or 3. I don't even remember, but it's kind of hard, because I felt like I saw Tiger Claw be good, but she just ends up knocking Tiger Claw out in like a second of the battle. So the next person that could beat Super Shredder is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo. Now, this is going to be a controversial one, I know, because a lot of people like Leonardo, but they don't know if he has the potential to be able to kill Super Shredder or Shredder by himself. But he proved himself so well in the final episode between him and Super Shredder. Super Shredder was basically the final battle between these two. So as you can see, now this is not Super Shredder, but this is a battle. You can see basically you could just see how badass these two are in a battle. This is a battle that could last a long time because these two are not just the strongest people, but are the most legendary people in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series at all. These two can battle it out and have so much fun, I'm telling you. And here it is. He ends up getting badly injured at the final battle of Season 4, which was Leonardo. Then he hears Splinter say, "You have nothing to fear, my son." Then he goes after him, remembering that he killed Splinter, and just sliced Super Shredder, and he fell to the ground. And the entire battle, the entire building they were fighting on was on fire. So all the other ones, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, April, Casey Jones, all thought that he died. But then he holds up the mask of the one and only Shredder, Super Shredder, and says he is no longer a threat. Drops it on the ground, which means he killed him. Another person that could have easily defeated him was going to be Tiger Claw, because when you think about it, although Tiger Claw wasn't as strong as, well, that possessed April or Leonardo, but he did have potential, though. Leonardo, I wouldn't think if he was just his normal self, we'd be able to fight him, but he has the possibility to. You think about it, he actually was with Master Shredder, because for them that's their master. So Master Shredder, basically, keep saying Splinter, but Master Shredder, basically he could have learned his weaknesses and could have stopped him right off the bat if he wanted to. So enjoy.